So, and we're live. Hello,
Hello.
everyone. Welcome. We've got Julia here from Canada. Hello, how are you?
Hello, good. How is everyone out there? Hello, Farrel. Farrel?
Farrel. It's not
Farrel.
fancy. Yep.
Okay.
Okay. It always just depends on who you're talking to, but I always tell them it's not fancy. It's just how
not fancy.
Okay.
No,
but I don't mind. You can call me whatever.
Okay. So it's late for you and it's early for me.
Yes, it sure is. Oh, wrong one. Sorry. So we're just waiting for a few people to. Rose. Hello. So Rose is in Sydney, so it will be 1 a.m. over there for her. So hello.
Rose. Hello. Thank you so much.
Dedication. So we've got Kate. Hello.
Hi, Kate.
We've got Cindy. Hello, Cindy. Be early for you too, I would assume, because didn't you say, Julia, it's 8 a.m. for you at the moment? Yeah. So 10 p.m. here. Super late. Not as late as 1 a.m. though.
Yeah, that's late. Or really, really early.
Hi, Claire.
Shell from Oregon. That's sort of closer to me.
Oh, is it?
Shell. Yeah. Oregon. I don't. It's she's on the west coast of the U.S. So
okay. Yeah. Oh, we've got another Western Australian. Hi, Tina. Rosa. Oh, they're all coming in. Crafty I am. Lenore.
Hello. Hi, Kylie. Peru.
Catherine from Peru.
Yes, kisses to you in Peru as well.
We're going through. Agnieszka, hello.
Hello.
Oh my God, I can't keep up. I've just lost where I was. I'm clicking on the computer. Hang on. So Mila, hello. Oh, everyone's just saying hello. This is really nice. Thanks, everyone.
This is awesome. Oh, yeah. Wendy. There's a familiar name. Wendy. Hi, Wendy.
Wendy.
Yeah.
Oh, this is really, really nice. Roberta, bonjour.
Wow, lots of comments.
Yes, I know. I just click on one and then another 3 pop in. So
yeah. I need to put my glasses on. I can't keep up.
It's been a big day today, so you're going to have to bear with me. Poor Julia. So we've got Carol.
Hello. Charmaine, hello.
Charmaine, hello. Did I do Laurie? We've got Samantha, hello.
Hi, Leanne.
Oh,
wow.
Yes. Anna, hello. So tonight, both of us are going to be creating. So, Julia, do you want to explain a little bit about what you're going to do?
Sure. I'll hold this up. I'm going to move my camera down when I start, but this is sort of what I'm going to be doing. This is a layout in my Square Dilutions journal, and I'm using some rice paper from Sir Vagabond in Japan.
Nice.
So, rice paper, some extra thick gesso, stamping into gesso, lots of fun things.
Excellent. So I'll also be doing an art journal. But I'm not using Sir Vagabond in Japan. So nobody tell Andonis, because I know he won't be watching tonight because he's busy teaching this weekend. But I'm actually going to be using...
Oh, hi, Susan. Susan, she's from upstate New York. She's one of our customers.
Okay,
hi, Susan.
Oh, hang on. Sorry. There we go. I just had to find out. Sorry, Susan. I knew you were there somewhere. I just had to find you. Sorry. Voyager's Fantastic is what I'm going to use. So I'm going to go a little steampunky, and I have some sprays, some stencils. Again, everyone that normally watches my lives, you know that I like to wing it. So I have no idea what I'm going to be doing, but we'll just go with the flow. So what we might do then, are you happy to start, Julia?
Yep, I'm going to move my camera down so I'm ready. Just give me a moment. We are very much here at my store very much into Cervagabond in Japan because Antonis is actually going to be coming to our store in a couple of weeks. Sorry, the camera's all weird for me. Where am I going? Where am I going? Let me move this a little bit. There we go. Antonis is actually going to be at our store in a couple of weeks. We're very excited to have him.
So I'm just going to, no, wrong way. Okay,
so I'm going to flip. I'm just going to get started. Well, Farrell's.
Yes.
Yeah, she's playing with cameras. I'm glad she's in stuff. I'm so glad you're in charge.
On tonight, but I can't remember what I'm doing. Oh my God. Do you know what? Stamperia is never going to ask me to come back after tonight. So.
That's all right. We're going to have fun. We're just going to have fun.
I remember, I swear. Oh, no, hang on. Oh, okay. Hallelujah. I figured out how to move the screen. Okay.
Yay.
Chronic stations, no more. So I will put you in the big screen. There we go.
Okay. So I'm using, don't know if you can see that. This is a Cervagabond rice paper, and it's DFSA 4611. And if you are watching and maybe you're from Canada or the US, we do sell Stamperia here at our store. We ship across Canada and the US. So yes. So when I use rice paper in my journal, I don't use it whole. Very rarely do I use it whole. So I'm going to just tear it. I'm going to just tear pieces that'll fit into my journal. And if you have questions or anything, let me know. I'm sure one of us will see them in the comments. Hopefully, there are a lot of comments coming in. So thank you. For those of you who are up really early or maybe stayed up late, thank you so much. Okay, I'm going to start with this. I'm going to save all my scraps because I do end up using them. Any other rice paper lovers out there? Oh, Selena, the name of my store is the Paper and Ink Boutique, and we're located in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. We have a brick and mortar store, plus we also ship. We have an online shop as well. Okay, I am using mixed media glue. There we are. Love it, love it. Hopefully I can get it open. I have not had enough coffee. Oh, there we are. Got it.
Okay, right.
You're back.
I am back. So I'm just going to figure out how to get rid of one. Okay.
Oh, there we are.
Right. So can you still hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay. Excellent. Excellent. Excellent.
Okay, so I'm going to apply the mixed media glue onto the back of my rice paper.
Let me see. It's such a good, I love using rice paper.
I love rice paper. Okay, so I put it down. I'm also putting the mixed media glue on top just to seal it, make sure it doesn't move. Yeah, I use rice paper. I've used it on scrapbooking pages. I also do it on cards. And for those of you who have watched any of my lives, you've seen me take one piece of rice paper on an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper and turn it into 4 cards. Lovely, quick way to make beautiful cards. So yes, I love rice paper.
So I'll just go through and just, so I had Dee from Perth, hello. Samantha. So I need, Samantha, I think we'll be teaching each other how to use the camera setup right, because that was very confusing, but I'm glad that I didn't kick us both off, so that's a bonus.
Yeah, StreamYard's new for me. I've never used StreamYard before.
Oh my gosh, I've just had such a big day today. I don't know what's going on. Is it Larissa? Now, if I pronounce anyone's names wrong, I do apologize. saying hi from Canada. Lots of love hearts.
Oh, thank you guys.
So many people.
The range of rice papers is insane. I love it. And I am also a lover of stencils. So whenever a stencil comes into the store, I have to get it. And whenever a rice paper comes into the store, I have to get it. All the stencils, all the rice paper.
It's like every crafter's dream, really.
Yes. Yeah. Okay, there we go. I've got my pieces of rice paper down. I'm going to look through my scraps. Do I want to add anything? I'm just going to tear off a little bit. I do want to come across the bottom here. So I'm just going to layer that over. I'm not worried. I'm not worried about the overhang of my pages because I can always cut that off later. Sometimes I leave them. Look, I've got stuff hanging out of my art journal. Sometimes I just leave it. But if I want to, I can go in with a pair of scissors later and just trim that off. That's what I love about art journaling is it's just so free and, you can just do so many different things and not worry about things. I don't know about you, Farrel, but I started off as a scrapbooker, card maker.
Yes.
So, I mean, everything was, and I'm sure with a lot of us, it was neat and tidy and everything is straight and pretty. And then when I discovered mixed media and art journaling, I was like, I can just be messy.
So I was literally only just talking to a friend of mine about, now, can you remember doing scrapbooking pages, but cutting your photos into circles?
I took it beyond that. I have scrapbooking pages where I cut my photos into stars.
Stop it. Shut the front door. Are you serious?
I am not kidding you. I've got stars. I have ovals. I mean, it's horrific, but I'm leaving them. It's part of the history, right?
That's hilarious.
The evolution of our scrapbooking.
Oh my gosh. I've gone through my pages and I was only just thinking, like, what the heck was I thinking when I created this? So it just shows you how much you evolve the more you play.
Yes. And that's why I'm leaving them, because it will be part of my legacy for my children. They will look and they'll be like, oh my goodness, what is going on?
I can already see my kids throwing them or having a bonfire to.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Okay, so while you're doing that, I think I'll just quickly let you know what I'm going to use.
Perfect.
So I have here a stamp. It was from Adonis's first collection, I think. So it's Steampunk News, and the code is WTKAT08. And I'm just going to use that with archival ink. So I also have a Dilutions art journal. This is 8.5 by 5 from memory. And I will also be using this stamp here, which is from, pretty sure that's part of the Voyager's Fantastic, so this collection here. And the code is WTKCC154. So I'm just going to randomly build my background using these stamps.
So if anyone's wondering, I am just working on the paper. I didn't pre-gesso my pages. I know I get asked that a lot if I pre-gesso. Not when I usually start with rice paper. If anyone is just wondering about that. I'm just drying my rice paper, making sure that glue is nice and dry. And my lovely husband just refilled my coffee cup. So
are you serious right now? Oh.
Well, he's heading to the store. I'll meet him there later, but he's like, I'm leaving. Do you want me to fill your coffee? I'm like, oh my goodness, yes, please.
That is just too sweet.
He knows that I run on coffee, so he's like, I better. Yeah, he's like, you better have some coffee. Yes, you're right. Okay, so I'm using now this is from Prima. This is a heavy gesso from Finnavar. I love it just because I can use it through stencils and also use it as a gesso. Now, and I know Farrel and I were talking about this, about getting your hands dirty. I know some people freak out when I stick my fingers into my gesso. I did just wash my hands and use hand sanitizer, even though I am home alone by myself. But just to clean my hands before I stick it in the jar. I'm just going around the edges of my rice paper just to help them blend in, sort of disappear a little bit into that paper. But yeah. Just looking over at comments too as I'm doing this. I'm trying to multitask.
Okay, you're doing better than me. So, messages. Oh, I did miss a lot. Sorry, ladies. Oh, sorry if there's any gentlemen out there too, of viewers. Love the stamps. And Donna's designs are stunning. Yes, they are.
Yes.
We've got, I like trying to combine the mixed media techniques I learned watching these lives with my scrapbooking pages.
Awesome. Yes, don't be afraid to use mixed media techniques in your other crafty projects, for sure.
Nice guy. Yes, it is difficult to host the live and make a project at the same time.
It is, yes. Okay, so I've just gone around and I've done my edges. I'm going to look. It's 8 a.m. and my fingers are dirty. Love it. Excellent. After this, I get to go to my store and I always do a Saturday morning live from my store. So after this, I get to run to the store and do another Saturday morning live, which I'll do another demo. So I'm not even going to bother washing my hands because they're only going to get dirty again.
I think I've washed my hands actually a fair bit today.
I think it's just life now, right? We just...
Yeah.
Okay, now I'm going to apply this thick gesso. I'm actually going to apply it with a craft knife because I want it thick in some areas because I'm going to stamp into some of it and I want to leave an impression. So all that exposed paper, I'm just taking my craft knife, just dragging it different directions, leaving it thick in some areas, thin in others. I don't know what it's like in Australia or wherever you're watching in the world, but here in Alberta, our weather is fairly dry. And so things tend to dry very quickly. So I have to work quick, not so much in the thicker spots, but in the thinner spots because those will dry very quickly.
So is it starting to get cold there because you'll be coming into winter, yeah?
Yes, it's actually been fairly mild though so far this November. So I know Antonis is sort of starting to freak out because he's going to be flying from Miami, Florida to Calgary, and he's like, he goes, can you make sure it's at least above zero? And I'm like, well, I will try my best. I'm not making any promises, but I told him I would be picking up a toque, so a winter hat, and some mittens and a scarf for him.
Are you serious now?
I will dress him at the airport for Canadian weather if it is cold.
Oh my
gosh.
There will be photos.
I can't believe what I'm hearing right now.
Okay, so I've applied that gesso. Pretty thick. It's not neat. There's lots of grooves and edges in there. And now I'm going to take this mixed media stamp. This one is bamboo, 3 pieces, and it's WTKA. Oh, I should turn this around. WTKA T21. Bamboo, 3 pieces. Where are you from, Selena? Are you from Canada too? So I'm going to take this stamp here. Sorry, I should show you. I'm going to take this stamp here. And I'm going to press it into the thicker parts of my gesso because I want to leave an impression, because when I get out my inks, I'm going to, they're going to soak into those areas. Just going to make sure to wipe this off in between.
So while you're doing that, I am using cream paste with stencil KSTD042. So I've just popped a little bit on one side, then I'll come over to the other side. It's actually a really cool stencil, and I've been itching to use it. So I thought I'll crack it out tonight.
Oh, Selena, you're from Ontario. Yes, that is my birth province. I was born in Ontario. So it's very southern Ontario. So I know about your winters, not nearly as extreme as our winters here in Alberta, but winter nonetheless. Okay, so nice to see so many Stamperia fans here in Canada. Love it. I don't know. I say Stamperia. Is it Stamperia?
Look,
always...
when I start, I think it depends on where you come from, because when I started, I think I said, how do I say it now? Okay, so I say Stamperia, but at the very start, I was saying Actually, I can't even remember how I used to say it. There's 2 ways to say it. Oh my God, Julie, you're probably like, what an absolute idiot.
I have no idea. I've heard it pronounced different ways. Oh, Susan, can you use a paste instead of a thick gesso? Absolutely. Yeah, I'm using heavy gesso, but any paste, you can use a crackle paste, any sort of texture paste, anything thick, right? So I'm just going to give this a quick dry. Yeah, any thick paste will do. Last night when I was packing my bag at the store, and this is what I used on the original page. I thought, all right, I better stick with that.
Okay, so Sue has got it's Stamperia. So I can remember.
Stamperia.
Yeah, so Stamperia. And I was saying Stamperia for ages until I figured out that I was saying it wrong. So it's Stamperia.
I have been saying it wrong forever. So thank you for clearing that up, Sue. Thank you. Okay, that's pretty dry. Now I'm going to go in. Again, I was just looking for a certain kind of stencil. So this one I found in my stash. It is a, I'm trying to remember. This is a paper artsy one. Again, I'm going back to my heavy gesso because it is thick. Using a spatula with my thick gesso. Perfect. Now, right now, it's a lot of white on white. It doesn't show up really great, but once I start adding my inks to it, then things will start to pop.
It's when the magic happens.
Exactly. We're just building up that background right now.
Okay, so I am just drying the cream paste. Now, I love texture, so I'm going to try and bring this up so that you can see. But can you see the bubbles that have come up? So when I do the sprays, that's going to emphasize that. So, and number two, I know it's dry when it does that, but I love how it puffs. So that's what I'm doing. And then I'm going to figure out what colors to use in a minute.
Perfect. Okay, before I move on, I just have to clean this stencil. Don't want to leave that thick gesso on there to dry.
No.
Nope.
Hello, Marie. Have I? Oh.
Yes, thank you everyone for joining. This is so much fun. This is my first Stamperia. I had to stop. I'm like, I'm going to say it wrong. I actually
Now
had to
you're
stop and
thinking
think
about
about
it every time.
Yep, yep.
Thank you, Renee. Yes, I too love it when it bubbles, and I like touching it too. It is actually quite satisfying. Yes, thank you everyone for being here with us today, tonight, lunchtime, whatever time it is for you around the world.
Yep.
Now, do I use sprays or do I use paints?
Choices.
I know. Bear with me for 1 sec while I go grab a colour from the other side of my studio.
Oh, I like what Samantha said. Stamperia, just like pizzeria, because it's Italian. Wendy, does the gesso dry fast? I know you're in Alberta like I am. So it does, when I put it through the stencil, it does take a little bit of time. So that's why I'm using my heat tool. But when I spread it with my spatula across here, the thin parts dry really fast. The thicker parts a little bit slower. But when I go to stamp in them, if the thicker parts are a little bit too sticky or gummy, it just makes a big mess on my stamp. So I like doing it when it's fairly wet. Hello from Black Forest, Germany. Oh my goodness, that's awesome.
So it's 8:30 a.m. in Costa Rica.
Oh, Costa Rica. Hello.
So
these are so much fun. All these people.
Oh,
hello.
Scotland. I know it's crazy that so many different time zones around the world.
And I know it's one of the great things about, well, not that there's many great things about COVID, but it has really brought the world, especially the crafting world, together online. So it's so great that we're connecting in such a fabulous way.
Absolutely.
I'm just going to move the camera up so it's good. Oops.
Okay, so I decided to go with turquoise to start off with in the aqua color. So we've got KAQ018. Which way am I going? Nope, this way. There we go. So I'm going to start with that. And I'm thinking leather because brown and blue do go together. So again, in the aquacolor sprays, code is KAQ004. Which way am I going? Nope, this way. Yes.
Yes, so it's the same time here as it is in Costa Rica and Montana. So we're all obviously all just in the same time zone. Awesome. Hi, Lori from Montana.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I need to find another paintbrush. That's not going to cut it.
Okay, my gesso through my stencil is almost dry. Now, because it is thick, I'll turn my paper over and dry the other side of the pages too, just so you're getting heat to both sides of that gesso.
So my little spray has clogged. So I'm using a paintbrush to apply my spray color. And I have sprayed with water to help the colors, the spray move. I did not prime first. You can if you want to, but I find that these art journals, most of the time you don't really need to prime because it's thick mixed media paper, cardstock. Anyone knows? Oh, okay. So crafting I am. The two stamps that I used was Steampunk News. So WTKAT08. It's that one. And then the second one was the Bon Voyage. Hang on, this way, this one. And the code for that is WTKCC154. So they're the two stamps that I've used.
Okay. Just going to give this a dry, and then I'm going to hold this up so you can see where I stamped into the gesso. And then when I added my color, how it popped out. So I'm going to, let me just get this. Hopefully it shows up. Boop. There, see right here. Up. Right there. That's where I stamped.
Nice.
That's where I stamped into the gesso. It's very subtle, but afterwards I am going to go in with a little bit of wax and rub the wax over it, which will make it pop even more. Oh, sorry, May. Cannot find a link to my shop. Do you know what? Give me. Can I drop links? Where am I?
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm new here, so I'm trying to figure out where do I. Why do I not see a comment thing? Hey, Wendy. Wendy's one of my customers. Wendy, dear, can you get the link to my store and put it in the comments field? Oh, Wendy's asking, I am using infusions. These are a pigment dye, and I'm using olive tree and the sage. I try not to use sprays too much. I love sprays. Don't get me wrong. I have all the sprays, but they tend to get a little out of control on me. Apparently I have control issues when it comes to sprays. So I love using these, the pigment, because I can, have a little bit more. Obviously I have not let go of my control issues that we were talking about earlier with the scrapbooking, but I love using pigments. Thank you, Wendy. Thank you. Wendy just dropped.
Oh, yep. So just yes, we all have control issues.
Yes, it's a problem. It's
the way the stencil is popping with the aqua color is awesome. So I've also just used the leather, and because I'm really happy with the way it is, I've just decided to change my mind. So I was going to leave a little bit of open space, but I've decided I'm going to cover it all with blue, with the aqua, and then I'll come back with some of the brown because I'm liking where it's going. So just so that you know where my head's at the moment. We've got Crafty I Am is saying, looks great, Julia. Don't have any fusions.
okay. This is really early in the morning for me to be in a crafty state of mind. So
I think you're doing very well.
Thank you. Usually
to be crafting early in the morning.
Usually I'm still just sort of stumbling through cups of coffee at this point and wondering where my day's going to go.
Okay. So are you not a morning person?
No, I am a morning person, just not a morning crafty person.
Yep.
No, I am one of those people who by 8 o'clock at night, I'm in bed. I'm usually exhausted by 8 o'clock. So don't ask me to go out and party with you ever, because I'll be like, yeah, no, that's all right. I have to go to bed.
Whereas I'm the other way. So my boys have learnt you do not talk to mum until she has had her coffee, and it's half an hour. So I will have my coffee. There's not a good morning, nothing. And then and my boys are almost 17. Oliver will be 8 tomorrow, and Charlie's turned 6, and they know not to say a word. Yep. They've learnt. I have trained them well. Okay.
Yes, May. Fusions are like Brusho. Yes, that is another brand. Yes.
Okay, so Julia, you don't soak your stamps to get rid of the gesso. Have you answered that one?
No. I wiped them off with a baby wipe. Mm-hmm. So as soon as I was done, I took a baby wipe and wiped it off. So there is nothing left on that stamp now.
Also, a really good tip with the rubber stamps. Spray them with lots and lots of water. Like, don't leave them. You're better off to clean them as soon as you're done. But if you spray with water and then just use a baby wipe, it should get everything off.
Yes. Yep. As long as you're keeping it moist, yeah, you'll be able to wipe it off.
Yep.
Okay, I am Very happy with this. I'm going to give this a dry, add some stamping. Now, I get this question a lot because this is one of my working journals. I teach in this one a lot. So it is very chunky and thick and bumpy. And people always ask me, it's like, how do you stamp? How do you stamp when your journal's like that? I do have a bit of a trick, so I will show you that.
Oh, we love tricks and tips.
Well, I love stamping in my journal. And does it work all the time? Not really. But what I have learned is I've got these big, the big stamping plates, right? So I usually will stick one underneath the page where I want to stamp. And then I have a hard surface, and then I'll stamp on top like this. So I'll do that in just a minute. I've got a couple other things I want to do before. Okay. So I use these waxes quite a bit. Now this is an old one. They don't come like this anymore from Prima, these Prima waxes. They come in tubes. They come in tubes now, but this is, I still have one of the old ones. And this is a white gold. So if you have waxes, I love picking some up on my finger, and I'm going to go over top of some of these raised areas. So where I've done my stamping, just going to gently rub it across there and across where my raised gesso stencil part is. Just add a touch of shimmer or shine to those with the white gold.
When do you ladies craft? I'm a night crafter. I like the peace and quiet. That's Julia's asking.
Well, I own a store, so if I'm crafting, it's usually during the day, and or that's a hard question to ask. Usually, just whenever it strikes me.
Yeah, whenever you get chance. So, because my boys are quite young, but two of them are quite young, I can only really craft during the day when they're at school. So I find I drop them off at school, then I come into my studio and I don't leave until it's time to pick them up. So that's when I get time to do my stuff.
Yeah.
I don't craft in like once they're home, because you've then got the kids everywhere and then you've got to do dinner and all that kind of stuff. So I'm more of a daytime scrapper. Whenever I've got time, that's when I will do the work.
Yeah, when my kids were young, that's when I did the majority of mine, was when they were at school.
Okay, so let's have a look. See.
Okay, so I'm happy with this. Now, I love this, what's going on there. It still seems a bit harsh to me. So what I'm actually going to do is go back to my gesso. I'm going to take some on my fingers, and I'm just going to start pulling some of those edges to soften them a bit. Now, because what I'm using is reactive, it's going to soften and blend with the gesso.
Oh, I'm in a pickle. I don't know what ones to use. There's so many nice sheets here. All right, I'm just going to have to start cutting.
Sometimes that's the best. Just start cutting. Just do it. Rip that Band-Aid off.
I don't want to. Ah. Right, all right. Okay. Go with a few tags. Oh, and I quite like. Right. I'm doing it. Oh, I've cut it. That's it.
Just do it.
Oh my gosh. Oh, that felt good. I know it's the small things. So I am cutting apart the collectibles. Where's the code? I know there's a code here somewhere. Do you know what? I think I've actually used the sheet that has the code. Anyway, when I'm done, I'll take a photo and I'll list all the products that I've used. So it is the Voyager's Fantastic Collectibles. I find that they're really, really good. They're very handy because you have things like your tags that you can cut apart. You've got all your sentiments, but you also have cogs. So if you like fussy cutting, which is honestly a nightmare for me, but the effect's good. And for art journaling, it's great because you don't have the bulk. So then you are able to close. I find sometimes the chipboard and anything that's thick, so your die cuts, sometimes it makes it a little hard to close. So you've got like the really, really cool sheets, and they're back to front. So your cover and your back sheet will have, so that's the cover, and you've got pattern paper on that side. Okay, so I thought I'd just show you that, and then I've got to remember what I was cutting. Carolyn, you can't use it if you don't cut it. I know, but
that's right.
Because I love this collection so much, I don't want to cut it because I want to keep it. I know, isn't that terrible?
We actually had a discussion about this. The craft consultants at my store and I, it's like, what is the oldest sheet of paper you have hoarded? And we are all hoarding paper from companies that no longer exist.
Yeah.
And now we really can't use it because we'll never be able to find them again. But
that's right.
Yeah. Okay, so that same stamp that I stamped into my gesso, I am now taking it and I'm adding it. I'm inking it up, and I'm just doing some random stamping around my page.
Isabella, I get lost in all things steampunk. Would be hard not to hoard. Trust me, if you saw my studio, you feel my problems right now.
You know, my husband and I run our store together, and he knows I have a problem with stencils. And every time new stencils comes in, he's like, "But do you need more stencils?" And I'm like, "Well, no, I don't need them, but I want them."
That's right.
Therefore, I will have them.
I find need and want is a very fine line.
Yes, yeah.
Because technically you do need them.
Yeah.
But you do, it's a want first.
Yes. Okay, I've added some stamping. Just going to add just...
Oh, dang it.
So I've added some stamping, just a little bit. Now, I know I told you about my stamping with my blocks, that with this sentiment, but I didn't do it this time because I didn't want the stamping to be perfect. So random stamping along the top, just some over top of my rice paper, just some random stamping. And I used an archival permanent ink. So I know it, once it's dry, it won't be running. I'm using a Gina K amalgam ink.
I love mixed media. Can we have a studio tour soon, Farrel? So I would love to give you a tour, but right now it looks like a bomb has hit it because I've been teaching at retreats, doing like the lives. You seriously cannot. I didn't believe one person can have so much crap. I've got stuff everywhere, but I will let me clean the studio first, and then I'm more than happy to give you a quick tour. But yeah, it may take me a little while. Putting it lightly.
Okay, so I'm getting ready to stamp a sentiment. I did put my Dilution stamping block underneath my page, so now I've got a nice hard surface to stamp on. I am using my amalgam ink again. It's an archival ink. And now I'm going to press and make sure that stamps. Perfect. Stamps. Okay. Perfect.
Sorry. Everyone, if you haven't done it yet, make sure you like and share the live. So you can go in the draw of winning a pizza box, which everyone wants. And I've just looked at the screen and someone's given us an angry face and a sad face. I don't understand what this is. So let's do heart rain. Let's give a lot of love. Let's be positive. Let's show the love, people. It's not crap, it's crafty treasure. Oh, Samantha. Okay. See, that is true. If you talk to my husband, though, I'm sure he's going to say it's crap. And I'm sure everyone has this problem. It's, I'll keep that because I'm going to alter it. And it just sits there. Like, I don't know how many spaghetti jars, like my husband has washed and saved, and I have done nothing. And every time he washes it, he looks at me, he goes, let me guess. Are you saving it? Are you going to hoard it?
Yeah. Oh, yes. I have to admit, I have a box of bubble wrap because I use it. Yes, bubble wrap. I use it in my art journal. I will use it on my gel press. It's out of control.
Oh, I feel your pain. I literally just threw out a whole heap of bubble wrap that I have had like shoved in the bottom of my sink here in my studio. So yeah, and I've actually got some more sitting at my door because even though I threw it out, I managed to find some more that I wanted to keep. So,
yeah. But it's amazing when you start art journaling, you're like, ooh, that will make a nice texture, or oh, I could totally use that as a stencil, or I mean, it's an issue.
But it's an issue that I like to have.
Yeah, I like to reuse things.
Yeah.
So at the end of an art journal page, I'd like to go around the edge and kind of darken it. Oops, I'm off camera. There we are here. So I'm using, I've used a lot of distress crayons. I grabbed this one. This one's a Vicky Boutin crayon. So I'm just running it around the edge and then smudging it with my finger. Some of it I drag down. If there's some texture in that area, I'll drag it down. Perfect. Yeah, give us some thumbs up. First of all, Farrel's up very, very late. I was up early. It is amazing anything creative is happening right now.
Do you know what I was just thinking? I don't even know how I'm functioning right now, but I'm loving being here.
Yeah.
I really do.
This is fun, but I'm just like, oh my God. I'm going to need to pick up another coffee on my way to the store after this. It's like, oh, I'm so tired.
Coffee.
More coffee.
Do you have Starbucks there?
Yes. Yep.
OMG. Okay. So this is my problem, right? So we don't have a Starbucks here in Perth. I know.
What?
It is devastating. I know. And I'm pretty sure even in Sydney and Victoria, like Melbourne, there's only a few. They closed a lot of their stores down. So when I came to the States for Creativation last year, I pretty much lived. The ladies knew me at Starbucks because I was there every chance I could. I love Starbucks.
I won't mention that there's one right across the street from my house.
Oh, can you stop it? Oh, you're killing me. Oh, my gosh. Oh. Samantha's saying these are looking flipping awesome, girls. Thank you, considering I've done nothing to mine, but you're very sweet. But Julia's looks amazing.
Thank you. Mine is done. Here, I'm going to
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
I am done.
Wow.
So I am loving it. It's so nice. This journal is almost at the end. I'm going to have to fix this one because my pages are actually starting to fall out of this. So I'm going to have to tape this one in. But yeah, this journal is almost at its end. It's pretty full. But yeah.
And is it the 8x8? No.
Yeah, this is the square dilutions. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it is, it has seen a lot of work. So yeah, there you go. Love it. Oh, the rice paper. I'm loving the paper lanterns here. Loving. Oh, I just love it.
And oh my God, look, the comments are coming in so fast. I can't keep up. The viewers, you are all just beautiful, beautiful people.
You people are lovely. Lovely. Thank you so much. But yeah, I am loving it. It does still feel a little damp in areas, so I'm going to add a little bit more heat. Maybe I rushed it a bit, but yeah. No, I am loving this. Love, love, love. And I am really looking forward to having Antonis at our store in a couple of weeks. I'm taking all 5 classes. I need to know all the things. I need to learn from Sir Vagabond himself. I am so excited. Have you taken classes? Well, I know you were at Creativation last year, which I was too. Yeah. And every time
serious?
Yeah, and every time I went by the Stamperia booth, had to slow down and say that one again. The booth was always packed. Every single time I walked by, it was packed.
Oh, crazy. So, and Donis and I are really good friends. So we did a cruise together last year.
Oh, fun.
And then we're also teaching on another cruise in the Caribbean next year, September. We sail on the 18th of September.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, when it comes to Perth, which at the moment has been quite a while, we catch up we saw each other at Creativation, but he was so busy. So we just did a couple of classes together. And that was about it, really.
Hi, Margaret. Margaret's one of our local people. Hello, Margaret. So glad you woke up early for this. Oops.
Oh, Chantel, I need a crafting cruise. You need to come onto our cruise. It is with Scrap with Friends. I don't know where you are in the world, but it is leaving Florida. And it's 7 nights. And it will be, and Donis and I teaching. So very, very cool.
Wow. That would be amazing. I've never been on a crafty cruise either.
Oh, I love them. It's the best of both worlds. You work, you eat, you travel, and that's about it, really. It's all really, really good. Oh, in the UK, that's okay. I'm sure one day we will come to your side of the world. Looks amazing. Okay, well, did you want to flip your camera around?
I will, yes.
Because clearly I'm not going to finish what I'm doing. Because, oh my gosh. Anyway.
Oops. I'm not one of these. I'm not very techy, so I only have one camera. But yeah, this has been great. Thank you so much, Farrel. This has been absolutely great. I've had so much fun. Oh, did I?
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
I was just trying to figure out, is it me? What's happening?
No. So what I've done is I removed myself rather than, look, we just won't go there.
Oh, it's on your other phone. I see. Yes.
Because I got my phone connected up. Hang on. No. We just leave it there.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, I'm not even going to touch it because I'll probably end up kicking us off, and that'll be a bad thing. Yes, so sorry, everyone. Yes, you lost sound. So as I was talking to myself, which I normally do quite often, I was saying that with an art journal, it's a really, really good way to start, especially when you have products that you don't know how to use. Because it's so small, it's easy to kind of put it all down, learn different techniques, learn how you like your products work. But also if you have like creative block and you're trying to figure out what to do with projects, I find for me an art journal is it kind of gets the creative juices flowing,
very much.
So to speak.
Yeah. I also like to use it as a because I also love ink pads. Trying different colors together, like blending colors and seeing. So I have an art journal where it's just color blends, and then once it's full, I go in and I add stamping and all this. So I mean, it's just a great way of, like you said, learning how to use new projects in a creative way. So although it's one of those things I would probably never show anyone that journal, for me it's just a fun one just to put stuff in. So,
I think it's good to practice. There's so many times where I've done something and I've learned just by playing, I've learned a technique and gone, oh, stop it, shut the front door. And then I'm like, what? I've learned something new today.
Look what I've done.
I'm doing it. And they're like, really? My God. Do you not understand how excited I am right now?
Yeah.
Our journals are great. They're great.
Yes, they're really great. Yeah.
So a lot of people are saying thank you. So from the bottom of our hearts, thank you so much. I know tonight was a little all over the place. I apologize. Normally I'm very, very professional, but I'm not quite sure what happened tonight. So I apologize. I promise if Stamperia will have me back, I will be better behaved and more I'll make sure.
Oh, oh
But
no.
thank you
Sometimes
so much.
it's good to let things go.
I think that's an understatement.
Yeah.
I feel terrible, but your project was amazing. So thank
you so
for
much.
being
So
with
was
us.
yours. Yes,
And
wonderful. And hopefully we can do
enjoy.
this again sometime. I hope
Yeah.
Stamperia invites me back too.
I'm sure we can.
Or maybe they'll go, we'll just put those two together.
One can't function without coffee, and the other has had too much coffee to function.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Well, thank you so much. This has been great. Thank you to everyone who joined.
Thank you so much. So, on that note, love to everyone.
Bye. Love you.
Great rest of your weekend, and we'll be